Hello children, this is the first video of Economics Chapter 1, Development. In this first part of Chapter 1, we will be seeing the concept of the development, characteristics of the development, how different people have different developmental goals, and how do we compare the countries. So let us learn. Before going ahead with the definition of the development, let's see what is development for you. So if you'll think what is development for you, it is the process somewhere you are going to include the term growth, you're going to include the term advancement, you're going to include the term improvement. You want to be successful in your field, in your desired field. So similarly, that is only the human development. But when I talk about the country's development, that is the economic and the social development also will see for the country. So when the country will reach to this developed stage, then only country will be called as the developed country. So yeah, the country also want to reach here, that is what the developed stage. Proper definition, what we can give the definition of the development. So it is a process of economic and a social advancement in the terms of the quality of the human life, which refers to the sustainable increase in the living standard as well. And living standard includes the better health and education, the higher per capita income, when the per person income will increase, when in the country more job opportunities will be there, and many more. So you can see here we are using the term improvement, we are using the term advancement, we are using the term sustainable increase in the living standard for an individual as well. So that is only the human development. So what is human development? So development of an individual so that he could live a happy life and fulfill his desire. So in this chapter, we shall discuss about economic as well as the human development, but we are mainly focusing on the human development. And if at all the human development has to take place, the human beings as an individual should have goals, and the goals also differ from one to another. So we'll see that how that goals differ from one to another. So for that we have the example of the developmental goals. You can see the example which is there, the landless rural laborer. What is development for him? More days of work, better wages he'll search for, he'll search for the equality as well. So that is what the development for the landless rural laborer who is poor. The rich farmer, the prosperous farmer, he'll search for the high prices for his crop. He'll search for the high family income as well. He'll search for the cheap labors as well. So you can see different people have the different developmental goals. The another example we can take, Adivasi who is residing near the river, and the industrialist. What is development for industrialist? That is what more dams and the electricity. And why he's searching for the electricity? Because he wants to establish, he wants to set up his industry, his manufacturing unit, so that in that particular area, that is why he'll search for the electricity, more dams. But the Adivasis, they are not going to search for the same because they reside near the river. Because of the dams, sometimes the people who resides near the river, they used to suffer because they know just because of the dam, their villages are wiped out and they have to abandon their village and go to some other place. So that is why Adivasi will suffer if the dam construction will be there. So with the above two example which we have taken, okay, so we can conclude that different people have the different goals. That is what may have the conflicting goals. If we take any two, we'll compare, then we can say that yeah, they have the conflicting goals. So if the question will be explain how two groups have conflicting notions of the development. So to understand, we have seen those examples. See what is conflicting here. We can see rich farmer wants hard working and cheap laborers. That is what the prosperous farmer. And when we talk about the poor farmers, he wants better wages, more days of the work. So that is only the conflicting goals. And the same if we will compare with the Adivasi. Adivasi will never favor the dam construction, and industrialists will say more dams and more electricity because it's good for their industries. So now you can see the question which is there. People's development goals vary and explain with examples and explain how two groups have the conflicting notions of the development. So the same discussion, the same points, the same example you can write here for the same question. Now, will you be able to answer the characteristics of the development? What are the features of the development? So for development, people look at mixed goals as well. First of all, they are going to search for the income. So different people have the different developmental goals we have seen. It will be the first feature of the development. People seek things which are most important, which can fulfill their aspiration and desire for human development. We are writing this characteristic as well. Two persons or group of persons may seek conflicting things as well. That also we have seen. Development for many may be destructive for another. What is development for one is not the development for the other people. So that is only what the development for one can be destructive, can create a destruction for others as well. So here comes the income and developmental goals. So first of all, when I talk about the unemployed, he wants job. Similarly, employed wants job security with promotion. Farmers wants more price for his crops. Industrialist desires more production to increase the profit. So somewhere all these points are related with the income. The primary objective is what? To earn the income. That is only the primary objective. Unemployed wants job. Somewhere it is related with income. Somewhere employed person, when they are seeking for the job security with promotion, so it is also related with the income. So do you think that only the income is their main developmental goal? So for development, people look at mixed goals as well. Besides seeking more income, people also seek things like equality, the equal treatment, the freedom to live, or freedom you can say, security they want respect from others as well, or respect of others as well. So income is not only the criteria, the income is not only the thing which they seek for. They also search for these non-materialistic facts or things as well. So income and other goals, when I talk about, not only the income, so they used to search for the public facility which we cannot purchase with our money which is there in our pocket, schools, transportation facilities, health facilities, equal treatment, dignity, honor, all these things we cannot purchase with the help of the income. So that is what income and other goals. People seek for these things as well. So our question is here, how do we measure the development of different countries? When it comes to the world and different countries, we have many of the advanced, developed, less developed country as well. So how do we compare? How can we compare these countries? So for comparing the countries, let's check first what is the correct measure for comparison. So let's start with the first measure, that is what? The comparison of the countries on the basis of the total income. When you are going to compare the countries with the help of the total income, it is the most important characteristic for comparing the countries. As with the help of the income, it shows that the more income means more things that people of that country can buy. But the total income is not an appropriate measure to compare countries. Why? Can income be a measure of development? If this will be the question, can income be a measure of the development? So you have to say no, always. Why? Because of the population, because it ignores the distribution of the income among people and living standards of per person. That is why. So for the same reason, we got the concept of the per person income. So before going ahead with the next concept, we can see here the question, can income be a measure of development? So answer will be no. Different countries have different population. That is the reason we cannot compare the countries with the help of the national income or the total income. When we are going to compare the countries with the total income, it will hide that what is the fact, what is the actual per person income, or what is on an average the population of that country is earning. So that is why it will not tell us what an average person is likely to earn. So here comes the next criteria by which we can compare the countries. That is what per capita income, or it is also called as average income. What is average income? How to calculate this average income? So we have the formula for calculating the per capita income or the average income. That is what total income, when you are going to divide it by the population or the total population, you can say. So that is only the calculation of the per capita income. As per the World Bank, the countries with the per capita income of the US dollar 12056 per annum and above are called the rich countries, and countries with the per capita income of US dollar 955 per annum or less are called low income countries. So now, where does the India come? It comes somewhere between these two categories. What is that? So India comes in the category of the low middle income countries because its per capita income in 2016 was US dollar 1840 per annum. So India is put in the category of the middle income country, which means India is neither rich nor poor. That is why still India is the developing nation. So as we have seen, the per capita income is used by the World Bank and they have published the same in their World Development Report, and still India is in the category of the low middle income countries. Now, one of the popular questions from the same topic, why do we use averages? So we have seen for comparing the countries, World Bank also uses the averages. Along with that, it is also one of the criteria by which we can compare the countries. And what is the formula for calculating the per capita income? That is what you are going to answer here. That is per capita income equals to total income or the national income divided by population. The next part of the question says, are there any limitation to their use? That is only our next topic. So let's check. Limitations, disadvantages, drawbacks, you can say, of per capita income or the average income. Let's understand. With the comparison, okay, but before that, what is the main limitation of the per capita income? That is what it hides income disparities. What is that income disparities? Let us understand with the comparison of the two countries. You can see here the country A and country B. When it comes to country A, this is the total income. Okay, you can see here the total income of country A. That is what? 9,500, 10,500, 9,800, 10,000, 10,200. When we'll find out the average, so the average will be 10,000 only for country A. For country B, if we'll say, so average is also 10,000 for country B. But in country A, if you'll see, the distribution of income in country A is almost equal, which is not there in country B. You can say the unequal distribution is there. But on an average, if we'll say that the average income of that country A and B both are same. So that is what you can conclude here, that is the per capita income hides the disparity, or the exact picture or the true picture of the country will not be able to get with that per capita income. So it hides the disparity, and which country is rich, which country is poor, we will not be able to get the exact answer with the average. So that is the reason the per capita income is also not the exact measure for comparing the countries. You can see other limitations of the per capita income as well. It does not affect the standard of living of the people, the unequal distribution of the income and wealth. The first point and the third point explanation, you can put the same here. Important aspects like health, education and other aspects and some non-materialistic facts are also ignored by the per capita income. That is why per capita income is also not the exact criteria for comparing the countries.